Hi, and welcome to this info session for Awakened Expansion. This is a multi-layered Akashic Records training exploration. So I'm Tracy Goody. I'm a practical ascension guide if you're new to me and my work. So here is what we are looking at on this video. So we are going to look at what Awakened Expansion is all about, what Ascension Alchemy Akashic Records training is all about, which is included, what Advanced Akashic Alchemy is about, again, included, and what the Awakened Expansion journey is. And then I'm going to wrap it up with an Akashic light language activation, or maybe I should say a light language Akashic activation. It's just to bring clarity and connection to your relationship with the Akashic Records. So, again, if you're new to me and my work, I'm Tracy. I have been channeling for 15 years. I've been teaching the Akashic Records for 6 years. I live in the magical East Coast of Canada, lots of beautiful energy here. I'm a practical ascension guide. As I mentioned, I am a wife and mom to three teenagers, early 20s now, and a yellow lab. My one of my big purposes in this life is to assist with dissolving illusion and reclaiming truth. So really everything about spiritual empowerment, moving and shifting back over into your truth, into the divine human. I'm also a big lover of nature and music, and I am obsessed with books and reading. It's a big part of my personality, and I should have maybe got some hints that I was going to be into the Akashic Records, being that book obsession when I was younger. So, my method of teaching is number one thing that's important to me is spiritual empowerment. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel like you are building and growing. Your confidence is growing. Your feeling of connection is growing. Your spiritual experiences are growing. All of those things are growing and expanding. Now, of course, it's not always a linear journey. There's going to be ups and downs, and there's going to be things that need to be released. So, a big part of my teaching is also being very willing to walk with you through the dark, being very willing to acknowledge those darker parts of the journey that are just as valuable an aspect as the really bright parts. So my focus is really on whatever is highest and best. So I collaborate with the guides, with the Akashic records that I channel in order to uncover what's really needed, just going deeper than that surface level. So I believe in a multidimensional approach to teaching the Akashic records and to really kind of life in general, and that is to incorporate the physical, the practical action, as well as the mental mindset, as well as the energy, so that metaphysical plane work. So they all really work together. And I find whenever you are aware and observing of all of these pieces together, it really helps to expand you into your truth and intuitive clarity. So the courses that I create are created with that in mind. I also love getting questions. As a teacher, as a big part of my soul design, I absolutely love getting questions. So always feel free to reach out to me at any point with questions. It's my favorite. So I have taught dozens of people this Ascension Alchemy Akashic Records training, and I've taught thousands how to access the Akashic Records and expand intuition. So this is by no means new to me. I'm very comfortable in this space, and I absolutely love activating people into this because it's just so empowering, and it's so much fun besides being so incredibly useful in life. So, the pyramid of awakened expansion, the way that I would describe this is it's kind of like a triple layered cake. So, we're working with the Akashic base, and that is the Ascension Alchemy Akashic Records. And then we've got the advanced Akashic Alchemy in the center. And then we've got awakened expansions, which is the expanded. So, I really wanted to present this opportunity or option for anybody that is called to the Akashic Records, but wants to go, a lot deeper and wants to have it be a spiritual awakening experience, a connection into your truth experience, more than just connection into the Akashic records. So to really play around and see what you can do in the records and see how your soul connects into the records. So the base Akashic, that base level, this is really to initiate or deepen your connection and your exploration of the records and working with energy and intuition. So I'm going to go into what exactly is included in these courses as well. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of an idea about what to expect in these. So the center is the advanced. So this is working with the records to deepen your energy mastery, deepen your discernment, your observation of subtle energies. And you can also learn to create containers, energetic containers, and energetic modalities of activation or healing or a combination or lots of different options there. And then working with group records, working with portals. So the advanced just kind of takes it to the next level. And then the top is the expanded. So the expanded is a series of 6 journeys that are going to expand your practice and your connection to your spiritual self, your truth, and the Akashic record. So this is the live aspect. You can also do this as a self-study as well and do this at your own pace. So this pyramid of awakened expansion is really a resource for you now if you're feeling called to it, but also moving forward. So this isn't content that you would just, absorb once. I encourage you to go back to it. When you go back, maybe in 3 months, 6 months, 6 weeks, whatever, you're going to have a slightly different experience because your consciousness will be expanded and you'll be more centered in your truth. So I always encourage people to go back, revisit it. There are so many journeys, so many activations besides the teaching modules that you will go and get a new experience every time that you listen to them. So all these parts really work together. I really wanted to create, something easy that you can work with. It's not overwhelming, but does create this container of advanced spiritual connection and awakening and intuitive growth. So all these parts work together for you to learn, grow, connect, and really expand with. So the Ascension Alchemy Akashic Records, again, where it's all started, this is a self-study that you will get access to immediately upon registration for Awakened Expansion. And it's got 6 modules with just loads of resources. So you can really take your time with this, or you can binge right through it. So in module 1, we look at accessing the Akashic records for yourself and others. And then we look at some examples and questions to ask in the records. And again, we're just starting to get our feet really centered in the records and understanding that questions are a big part of your connection with the records because the records are so vast, so expansive. Your soul design is so unique that your relationship, what you do in the records, what you work with, what you experience is going to be unique. But the questions that you ask is really going to shape how much you receive from the records. There's also a vow and activation of integrity and light, which is one of those things that really kind of opens up your connection to the records. The records is a super sacred space. So there are these guardian guides of the Akashic records. And as you work with, for example, this vow and activation of integrity and light, it just it solidifies your relationship. It's kind of like you get to know the guardians a little bit better, and then your access to the records becomes easier and more clear every time you go in. There's also 6 different journeys for accessing the Akashic records included in that first module. So lots of options. You don't got to do them all. It's just about doing what you feel drawn to. Module 2 of this is intuition, insight, and discernment. So we're going deeper in this. We want to look at your mindset and bringing coherence to the mindset so that you are able to connect deeper. So there's also connection practices for deeper coherence with the records, working with your mindset as well as your energy. We also go into empathic care. This might be new to you, or this might be something that's just a reminder for you. So just clearing your energy in your space as you're working with the records. There's also EFT tapping script in there for developing, again, your mindset to connect with the records. Often what our intuitive resistance is more around mindset than really anything else. So that's a really important part of this journey. And then there is another activation here, which is for your healer and psychic self, as well as a journey to rebalance the wounded healer, because we really want to break free of all of those karmic energies, break through of anything we're holding in our subconscious or for our ancestral line around not being able to utilize our spiritual gifts and express our spiritual gifts. So there's a lot of breaking down of those energies so more of your truth can be revealed. Again, it's all about spiritual empowerment. So module 3, we look at shifting energy in the records. So working with transmutation energies, working with discernment and trust. You start to move into this space and it's less about using your logical mind and more about really using your feeling body and your intuition. So we're also working with metaphysical medicine in the records, how that all works. And we are bringing some clarity on your healing gifts. Because again, no two people are alike. Everybody has a really unique soul signature. So how their healing gifts are going to interact with the records is going to be different. And then there's also a journey in there for clearing energy in the records. Now, module 4, we're moving into time, ascension, and unity consciousness. Again, these are all just concepts that as you start to understand them deeper and really move into that deeper perspective with them, you can get more out of the Akashic records. You can understand more of what you are doing, more of why you are doing it. We also look at time cycles and the quantum field of possibility. Again, all of this just helps to deepen your understanding and relationship with the records. In order to access the records, really all you have to do, you can listen to a guided meditation that really calls to you, and you'll be able to access the records to some degree, whether or not you can feel it, sense it, or not. But this course is really all about deepening your experience of it. So like when you're in the records, how to make the most of it, how to really get into this level of deeper soul truth and deeper soul understanding as you're in this space. And then, what to do with it, how to have fun with it. We also look at your soul story and divine blueprint, and there's a unity consciousness activation in this one. Again, that unity consciousness is just a really beneficial perspective to hold on to when you're working in the records. Module 5, we're looking at higher perspectives again, soul contracts, ancestral and karmic energies, all of those things. And what you might find when you're working in the records is, I know I've seen some students that feel, they get little sparkles. So like when you start working with ancestral energy in the records, for example, maybe you're like, oh, this is like a thing for me. This is really important for me. Or maybe it's karmic energy or contracts or energy healing in the records. It could be absolutely anything. But the point is that as you're moving through all of these options, it's like discernment. It's kind of like, it almost reminds me of like a career show or something, like what they would put on at a high school, like different options, right? And you kind of feel into each one and you notice what resonates with you. And then you can kind of explore that deeper and see what treasures are really under there. There's also a higher awareness activation. And then the journey with this one is working with, of course, those contracts, ancestral, and karmic energies. Finally, module 6 of the Ascension Alchemy Akashic Records is moving beyond personal records, really understanding your permission and your calling as a light worker and developing deeper discernment and sovereignty, which is something that kind of is very much ongoing in your spiritual journey. My discernment continues to deepen day after day. We're also connecting with and looking at group and land energies. And then there's an advanced intuition and discernment activation here. And the journey is to work with expanded energies. So again, it's all totally presented as a self-study. So you go through it at your own pace. It's really a resource for you to work with wherever you're at on the journey and just keep building as you go from there. And as always, I love the questions. So if you are working with this as a self-study, not part of a live group, then you can message me whenever with questions. And you get, access to these additional practice calls with the live awakened expansion experience, which is extremely beneficial for developing your confidence and clarity working with the records. So now we're moving into the next layer of this triple layered cake of Akashic records, and this is my advanced Akashic alchemy. Now, I haven't run this course in about 5 years, so it's all new and updated. It's being channeled through. So what is the information that's here? There's going to be more included, but I wanted to include what was there for now. So this is an additional self-study resource. This is a 4-module self-study resource. A little bit more around around your experience in the records than really information dense like the last one, like the Ascension Alchemy method. So again, this is an additional self-study resource. When you're ready to expand that deeper connection with the records, you can do it now, you can do it later, you can do it whenever. So again, you have ongoing access to this, and send me any questions. I cannot stress this enough during your self-study. And then the practice calls that we are working with during awakened expansion. So during the live experience. So awakened expansion is the actual live experience. And then these two courses are your self-study resources. Those practice calls can also be used to work with this advanced Akashic alchemy. It's really those practice calls are to work with wherever you're at right now and then receive coaching and guidance from me along the way. So, the new and updated module 1 for advanced Akashic alchemy is practicing with group records, practicing with portals, and creating energetic containers as a really important step if you are somebody that wants to create your own modality. Then getting really good with energetic containers is important. And then of course there'll be a journey and activation to support. So again, there's not a lot of details on this yet because I'm channeling it in the moment, and these are going to be released weekly modules. So I kind of leave it open for the guides to channel, much like I do all of my courses. So it's pretty open and in the air. Next up in module 2 is creating modalities in the records. So different types of modalities, the questions to ask as you're creating modalities. And I'll also teach you 2 of my own modalities. One is an 8D shift energy clearing, and one is Gaia code activation. So I'll be teaching you a clearing modality as well as an activation modality. Again, just to give you some inspiration. I mean, you can use them for sure, but to give you some inspiration for your own. And what's interesting, even as I'm starting to kind of create the outline and channel the content for this, I have another energy healing modality that's flowing in that I didn't ask for and I didn't expect. So really this energy, once you open up to it, it kind of does its own thing and you just go along with it. So this is really creating your own modality and getting started in this module. In module 3, we go deeper, right? So you create kind of the seeds of your modality. You get it started, you get some information on it, and then it's a matter of nurturing it. So it's the creation and the evolution of your energetic containers, of your modalities, and of yourself. These things all work together. And again, there'll be a guided journey in here to tend to your modality during the creation process, which is not something that we rush. Modality creation will kind of flow in its own rhythm. So we do have to practice some patience with that. Sometimes it's faster than we expect. Sometimes it takes longer and it needs to integrate a little bit more. But that journey will help you to check in and see where it's at. So in module 4, we're looking at expressing and presenting your modality. So how to actually use your modality in your life or in your business, or how to present it to people, really working with that. All right. So this is all about this advanced Akashic alchemy is really about allowing your creative process to unfold naturally, your creative process with the Akashic records and with the different energy that you channel and who you really are. So it's really created as a self-study so that you can flow with it without feeling, pressure or anything like that, because we really want your most authentic soul expression flowing out with these modalities and these energetic containers. So it is created as a self-study for that. All right. And again, so these 2 are included with ongoing access. You get the Ascension, Alchemy, and Akashic records, the 6 modules and everything included in there. And then you get the advanced Akashic alchemy with the 4 modules for that expansion and that modality creation now or in the future. So those are included ongoing access. Now, the awakened expansion is the top of the pyramid. This is the live expansion. This is the live version that's kind of like that top of the pyramid that really opens you up no matter where you're at on your Akashic journey. So you can work with this and the 2 self-studies, or one of the self-studies, or none of the self-studies, whatever you feel like, in any order on any timeline. So it's about just doing what you feel called to do, which I will encourage you to do a lot. 6 live practice calls are included. And like I said, those really develop confidence and clarity. So those practice calls are just absolutely beautiful opportunities for things to come up to the surface from fears and doubts, things that you're not sure of or not sure if it's doing right or if you're questioning yourself. And then also building up reading for others, reading for me, having me observe your energy as you're reading so that you can really get into those subtle details that are going to expand you further. And of course, on these practice calls, there's going to be coaching and helping you work through those challenges. And now, Awakened Expansion also includes 6 live, and these are recorded as well, journeys and DNA activation calls. So, this is like that higher level spiritual opening here. So, these work with wherever you're at. If you have been on the spiritual path for 20, 30 years, if you're new to it, you've only been on it for a few years, it's going to work with where you're at, and it's going to help you to open and expand and connect to your truth and connect to your gifts, abilities, all of those things, to really just deepen everything. So I'll get into what those calls are specifically, because the guides did flow through with like specifics on those. So we're going to start off with a bonus call on October 31st, and this is an Akashic initiation, a clearing and an activation journey to deepen your connection and relationship with the Akashic records and non-physical realms. Again, no matter where you're at, this is going to be beneficial. Doesn't matter if you listen live or to the recording, the energy is going to be the same for this. And this is an activation and uncovering the keys to your next level expansion. So it should be all of these are going to be fairly energy intensive. So you always want to make sure that you are grounding after these, you're drinking water, you're paying attention to what's coming up for you, maybe journaling a bit more, because those subtle hints from your soul, those subtle messages from your soul are going to be flowing through following these. So, our call journey 1 is stabilizing your energy and physical body to really prep for expansion and exploration. Again, all of this works and clicks in beautifully with the 2 self-study courses as well. This is also bringing in alignment on the physical and anchoring your ascension codes and true frequency. So, because there's a lot of DNA work in these Awakened Expansion live calls, we are that's one of the reasons it makes it so energy intensive, but it also is one of the reasons that you might feel it in your body more so than you feel other energy. Or if you're someone who's sensitive to energy, you might really feel it, because it's literally shifting on that cellular level and shifting on that DNA level to connect you deeper into your truth, spiritual empowerment, and all those beautiful things. So, our second journey is your unique intuitive structure and your relationship with spirit and the Akashic records, your energetic integrity, your sovereignty, and care. So, all of this really expands out. Wherever you're at, it's moving you to the next level. It's helping usher you into more of your truth. And this is also where we will be connecting deeper to your truth, your purpose, your mission, getting more clarity on those. So, although these are awakening journeys, these are DNA activations, we're also asking questions in here and using your discernment and intuition. Now, with this one, it is an optional cacao ceremony. If that's something you take part of or you're interested in, I'll give a reminder email for this one, but you can get that ready and we can integrate that into this journey to open up into deeper creativity and clarity that is connected to your divine mission. All right, and now calls 3, 4, and 5 journeys. I was guided through my Akashic channel that these stay pretty open. These are exploration and expansion journeys and activations. So when these live calls are run, everybody who registers for the program is going to be included in the group energetic field of this. So these 3 calls here will be really designed for whatever's going to serve the group best, whatever's going to be serving everybody in the group best. So these will be 100% channeled. All of the journeys are channeled, but it's really based on the energetics of the group and what's most beneficial to support you, your mission, your purpose, your evolution, your empowerment, all of those things. So those 3 live calls are very, very open, and how you experience the program up until then will determine what those calls will be all about. And then the final journey, call number 6, will be breaking through barriers, doing some more wound healing and integration of current ascension codes. Because of course, we're moving through energy as we're moving through this live program, and we're opening into deeper ascension energies as always. So we're just kind of going in and doing a clear up before we wrap up, and then recalibrating your energy and intuition and bringing in a sovereignty upgrade. All right. So, this pyramid of awakened expansion, you are working at your own pace from wherever you're at on your journey, from the Akashic base to the advanced to the expanded. So Awakened Expansion includes all of these things. There's those 2 full self-study courses. There are the 6 live practice and coaching calls. And then there's the 7 live journey and activation calls. And again, you can repeat this. Like, this doesn't have to be just like the 6 weeks that everything is running live. I encourage you to go back and revisit, and you're going to get more out of it every time that you do it. So if you are interested in this, the link below is to register. If you've got any questions, of course, please reach out to me. And we are beginning, depending on when you're watching this video, we're beginning pretty well right now. So join me. It is your time, and you are so ready for this clarity and empowerment through the Akashic Records. All right. So with all of that being said, we're going to move into our Akashic light language activation. So we're just going to take a few moments and breathe. So if you've got other windows open, you're doing other things while you're listening to the information, just going to set that all down for a moment. Just take a few nice deep cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, just at whatever rhythm feels good for you. We're just setting the intention to draw your focus, draw your attention back into your body. We're going to take that focus and attention just with your breath into your body, down to the soles of your feet. Really good. We're going to visualize, sense, or imagine energy spirals, energy roots growing out from the soles of your feet, growing deep into the earth. And the purpose of this is we just want to feel grounded. We want to activate our grounding connection. You can also bring up images of nature, images of the earth in your mind's eye, helping yourself to connect more deeply to this, helping yourself to anchor into the physical out of the mental energy. Really, really good. Beautiful. I'm just going to notice any tension in your body and just start to breathe energy into that. We're going to visualize, sense, or imagine that you are being wrapped up in these beautiful iridescent ribbons of blue light. And just with your breath, just visualizing, sensing, or imagining you're being wrapped up in those ribbons of blue light. Again, this is just preparing your space to receive this light language activation. We're allowing that blue light to go into the cells of your body, into your DNA, deepening your spiritual connection, deepening your intuitive connection, your discernment. Really, really good. So just keep breathing with this. Again, we're just visualizing, sensing, or imagining those ribbons of blue energy connecting into wherever is most needed in your energy body and your physical body. And we're just setting the intention in our heart chakra that you are ready to connect to the Akashic Records deeper. You are ready to connect to your soul truth even deeper. You are ready to be an embodied version of your truth, an embodied version of who you really are, feeling your truth every single day, being your truth every day, expressing your truth every day. So just breathe with this for a moment. So I'm going to run some light language now. If you're new to this, it might sound a little bit weird. It's just a vibrational frequency. So you're not meant to understand it with your mind, just to feel it with your heart and your body. So just breathing. Again, the focus and the purpose of this light language activation is just that deeper connection to your truth, to your Akashic Records, clarity and connection with the spiritual realm, with the divine, with your truth. Kiantika fasantika, santikiantika ta, fasantikiantikitiko fasantikiantika. So we're just breathing. And you can sense or imagine yourself just putting down, setting away, dropping, taking out of your energy field and body any resistance you're holding on to around this deeper spiritual connection, an embodiment, an expression. Really good. We're just going to breathe with that. Those things are releasing from your field. Gyantika fasantika, santikyantikitiko fasantikyantika. And this is, again, really working through illusions that we hold on to and just letting them drop so that we can allow a deeper connection with our truth. Really good, just breathing. And you may visualize, sense, or imagine that that blue ribbon of light is just helping these things to be released from your energy and transmute it. Really good. Now, all that's being released and all that you've let go of in the past is returning back to source, returning back to that golden iridescent rainbow source light. And it's being transformed into empowerment, into truth, into momentum on your journey. So we're going to breathe, visualize, sense, or imagine you're breathing in this golden rainbow iridescent light. And don't feel like you've got to get a really clear picture of it. Just set the intention and breathe. That golden iridescent rainbow light is now just filling up every cell of your body. There's some more light language flowing through. Kianteko fasanta kianteka, sante kianteke teko fasanta kianteka, sante kianteke teko fasanta kianteka. And this part of the activation is really helping to establish and deepen your connection with your spiritual self, with your higher self, your soul truth, your Akashic records. So there's some more flowing through here. Kianteke fasanta kianteka, sante kianteke teko fasanteka, sante kianteke teko fasanta kianteke teko fasanta kianteke teko fasanta kianteka. Again, just anchoring into that energy, breathing with it. Really good. So to wrap up, we are going to just once again visualize, sense, or imagine that iridescent blue ribbons of energy wrapping around your field, wrapping around your physical body, anchoring all of this in. Really good. Taking a few more breaths. And then when you feel ready, just coming all the way back. And just make sure that you get grounded after that. That was a pretty high frequency energy. So you might need to just kind of take a moment, drink some water. And again, if you're resonating with this, you're feeling called to the Akashic records, to a deeper connection to your soul truth, your embodiment, and your expression, definitely check out the link below with all the details to register. And again, let me know if you've got any questions. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for this. Have a wonderful rest of your day.